What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here for SmackDown on Fox on Off the Script. It is Friday, December 6th, 2019, and it is 9:44 p.m. And I told you guys on Twitter tonight that if Roman Reigns and Dolph ZIggler were in the main event of tonight's SmackDown, that I would not be watching the show. And I kept my promise. I'm going to tune out at 9:40, because there's no possible way WWE could make me care about a main event of Roman Reigns and Dolph ZIggler. I just don't care. And I'm sure neither do you guys. All we cared about tonight was what was going to be with Daniel Bryan. Did Daniel Bryan show up tonight? Of course he didn't. In fact, I'm glad he didn't show up, because WWE is actually doing the right thing by not having Daniel Bryan show up tonight after what happened last week when Bray Wyatt wanted to channel his inner Brutus the Barber beefcake. So we didn't get Daniel Bryan tonight. Instead, we got The Miz. And Bray Wyatt was kind of on Miz TV. He wasn't really the guest, but he kind of made himself the guest on Miz TV tonight. And in what is a very uninteresting turn, but a sadistic one, and if it's sadistic, I'm going to like it, Bray Wyatt and The Miz are now heading for a match, a collision of sorts, I should say, at TLC. And I have absolutely no problem with this. Now, I don't want to see The Miz and Bray Wyatt for the WWE Universal Championship, but if this is an interim until we get back to Daniel Bryan, I am okay with it. Because nobody's going to believe on any planet, in any city, in any stratosphere, that The Miz is going to stand any chance at all against Bray Wyatt. So we got that storyline tonight, minus Daniel Bryan. So The Miz was taking the place of Daniel Bryan tonight. We'll go over what I thought of how The Miz interacted with Bray Wyatt and the whole family portrait, and where I would like to see this go, because there really is one more go-home show for SmackDown, and I would love to see WWE just go outside the box for this one and really make the Fiend character, the Bray Wyatt character, just a little bit more demented than what we've been seeing. I really hope that they actually have some sort of creativity here for the character going into TLC. We also got Roman Reigns and Dolph Ziggler tonight. Again, I told you I will not be reviewing the match. I could not bring myself to care whatsoever about anything that's going on with Baron Corbin and Roman Reigns, who, by the way, have been scheduled in a TLC match on Sunday's show. Not this Sunday, but next Sunday. A TLC match, a tables, ladders, and chairs match. And I don't really know what's on the line. Maybe a bag of Dolph Ziggler's dog's shit is on the line. I don't know. Nobody gives a shit. So we'll go over that and what I think of the proposed TLC card as well tonight right here on the podcast. Tag Team Championships will be decided at TLC. We got a Fatal 4-Way match. 4 teams, one of which was a random pairing. But we got a Fatal 4-Way match to determine the number 1 contenders for the New Day and the SmackDown Tag Team Championships at TLC. Shorty G and Ali. And the reason why I said Shorty G and not Chad Gable is going to be apparent as we get on with the show tonight, because there's no doubt in my mind that when someone in creative found out that their names rhymed, they figured that they would be a great tag team pairing. So we got Shorty G and Ali. We got the Lucha House Party, the Revival, and Heavy Machinery vying for a spot at TLC against the New Day. Alexa Bliss is in the ring. You know that when Alexa Bliss is in the ring, the remote controls around the world are being picked up because she is god-awful. We will dissect what was a miserable time watching Alexa Bliss make her in-ring return on SmackDown Live. And finally, after all these months, WWE has finally acknowledged that Lacey Evans is a Marine. How long did it take, and how long have I been uttering that needs to happen? Finally, someone listened to me in this company. Now, Lacey Evans as a babyface does nothing for me, but at least they are adding some depth to her character. And what the hell is going on with Drake Maverick, Elias, Dana Brooke? Drake Maverick apparently wants Dana Brooke, who wants to go on a date with Batista, but Drake Maverick has a wife that is 6,000 times hotter than Dana Brooke. I don't understand what is going on with all of these cuck storylines in WWE. We'll talk about it right here on the podcast tonight. Thank you guys so very much for joining me. This is Off the Script right here for Friday Night SmackDown. If you guys missed what was an incredible Off the Script episode 303 part 1, make sure you guys go and check that out. Link will be down in the description. We talk about Johnny Failure. John Morrison coming back to the WWE. Will he be Johnny Raw? Will he be Johnny SmackDown? Will he be Johnny Catering? Will he be Johnny Ordinary? Because everybody that comes from the indies and signs with the WWE within a week or two, they are back to their ordinary self. They become WWE-ized. He will be Johnny Failure once creative gets a hold of him. We talk about that and why nobody should be excited about John Morrison's return to the WWE, amongst other things. So make sure you guys go and check that out. Almost an hour and 40 minutes of podcast brilliance from yours truly down in the description. Monday Night Raw, Off the Script Elite, AEW Dynamite. We had NXT on Thursday and then Off the Script today. And here we are with SmackDown. Ton of content for you guys. I never sleep. Make sure you guys go and check all that stuff out when you have the time. Make sure you guys follow me on social media at JD from NY206. I tried to tweet tonight, but it was not fun whatsoever. SmackDown is just so boring that nothing on WWE's end with SmackDown was trending all night. It was completely dead on social media. I tried and I gave up. But if you guys want to follow me on social media, you guys can certainly do so at JD from NY206. That is on Twitter and Instagram. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on that bell for all notifications. Please do so. If you guys want to be up to date on everything that goes on in the world of professional wrestling, the world of AEW, the world of WWE, I got you covered 7 days a week right here on Off the Script. If you guys want to support the podcast via Patreon, you guys can certainly do that. As always, patreon.com/JD from NY206. And the podcast today is brought to you by my good friends over at Audible. How many of you guys have cashed in on the new Glenn Jacobs book? Mayor Kane, My Life in Wrestling and Politics. It's available now. $29.99. You guys can get it for free. 8 hours of audiobook narrated by Kane himself, a.k.a. Glenn Jacobs. You guys can get that for free using audibletrial.com/offthescript. Not only that, you're going to get 30 days to browse their service for free. That one audiobook is yours to keep no matter what, no matter if it's Kane or anything else. You guys got over 200,000 choices to choose from, a lot of which are wrestling related. Being that this is a wrestling podcast, you guys got a lot of options to choose from in the wrestling genre. But you guys have anything you want, it's there on Audible. Best thing is, if you guys don't want the service, if you want to cancel, get your book for free and cancel, you guys can certainly do so in that 30 days and still get to keep your audiobook for free. Once again, guys, show Audible the power of our community here for Off the Script. You guys sign up. It does everybody good, and you show Audible how great we are here on the podcast. It helps out everybody. audibletrial.com/offthescript. I don't believe I gave myself the opportunity to watch the last 7 minutes of SmackDown. I really don't believe I gave myself that opportunity. Dog food? Really? Dog food. I don't understand how this could be looked at as entertaining. It's not dirty heel tactics. It's not interesting at all towards the match that they have at TLC. It's not anything but disgusting, embarrassing, and pathetic. It's been going on for far too long and it needs to end. I don't even know, and I know you guys agree with me, I still don't even know why they are feuding. I don't even understand why Reigns and Corbin are feuding at this point. Forget Corbin embarrassing Roman Reigns. SmackDown embarrassed all the fans watching the fucking show tonight. Ridiculous. At least it was pedigree, though, right? At least they gave him... Actually, pedigree is not good dog food, is it? I don't know. I don't own a dog. My mom doesn't feed our dog at home pedigree. You gotta go organic, bro. You gotta go the all-natural stuff. Now, not that store-bought fucking produced garbage, but I guess it goes with Roman Reigns hand in hand. Produced garbage. There you go. Of course they'd use pedigree. Anyway. SmackDown, North Carolina, December 6th, 2019. Let's get on with this shit show, legitimately. Miz made his ring entrance. No intro for SmackDown, no pyro. We went right to Miz TV. So we got The Miz making his way to the ring for Miz TV. And The Miz gets into the ring and he says his guest tonight was supposed to be Daniel Bryan, but due to the quote-unquote horrific events of last week, Bryan has disappeared. We don't know where Daniel Bryan is. Miz says he's known Bryan since he first stepped foot inside a WWE ring. They've never been friends, and probably never will be, but they've known each other for a very long time. He said he does know how much Bryan means to the WWE Universe. He said for the first time in a long time, they saw the real Daniel Bryan and the rebirth of the Yes movement. He said that The Fiend yanked that away, and since then, Bryan has not been seen since. And he said he doesn't like Bryan, but he does care, and he will find out where Daniel Bryan is. Does anybody have a mobile phone where you can call Bree and find out where Daniel Bryan is? I'm sure Bree knows where Daniel Bryan is. Give me a fucking break. Seriously. It's not that difficult to find out where Daniel Bryan is. It's not like he disappeared and didn't come home. Unreal. But I do like the fact that he's not there at SmackDown, which I will talk about in a second. So we see the Firefly Funhouse come on the big screen, and Bray Wyatt showed up. There was a picture of Bryan on the wall with his eyes X'd out, so he is now a part of the Firefly Funhouse. I wonder how much it cost Bray Wyatt to get a new Funhouse built since Seth Rollins burned down the original Firefly Funhouse. The reconstruction was about a week, so I guess it didn't really cost all that much. So Bray Wyatt showed up. There was a picture of Bryan on the wall with his eyes X'd out and his mouth barbed wired. He mocked about The Miz, or he mocked talking to The Miz, trying to solve the mystery. Where's Daniel Bryan? Said Miz doesn't want to know what happened to Bryan. I'm sure he knows where he is, meaning that The Fiend knows where he is. So he said Bryan could be with them, quote unquote. Bray says that The Fiend might not be done with Bryan yet. He said Bryan was going to come play with him at TLC, but now he doesn't think that he will be able to play with him at TLC. Bray asked if maybe Miz would like to come play with him instead. Miz says this isn't about him, it's about Daniel Bryan, who is like family to SmackDown. Bray made mocking, sad noises. Rambling Rabbit popped up and said the family is the word of the day, or family is word of the day. Bray shoved him back down his little hole and said, family is the word of the day. Then an image appeared of the Wyatt family, and Bray says that he used to be in a family. We've seen little in and out clips of Eric Rowan and Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper as the old Wyatt family. I used to have a family. He said Miz inspired him, and now he has a chance to join a new family, which kind of perked my ears up. I'm like, what is he talking about here? I'm not interested in the Miz and Bray Wyatt in any sense of the word, but when Bray Wyatt mentioned that he could have a new family, and then he held up a picture of the Miz, Maurice, and their two young children, and then he looks at the Miz through the Titantron and says, do you want to come play with me now? I'm like, oh, okay. I like this. Bray asked, do you want to come play with me now? He laughed maniacally. Miz obviously was very concerned for what was about to happen here because his family is the most important thing in his life. He left the ring immediately and went to the back, and that was pretty much it. So it looks like we're moving on from Daniel Bryan and Bray Wyatt as of right now. And we're getting The Miz in the interim. I don't mind this at all. I am not interested at all in Bray Wyatt versus The Miz. But if it keeps Daniel Bryan and The Miz going a little bit longer, because I don't trust WWE to tell us a story all through these many weeks where it's being rumored that this is actually going to be carried through the Royal Rumble. So if we get through December without seeing Daniel Bryan, I'm not going to be heartbroken or upset or disappointed. It's just going to add to the mystery and the intrigue about what he looks like. And when we finally see him, he's going to look vastly different from the last time we remember him with the long hair and the big beard. But if we're getting The Miz in the interim, I don't mind. And I don't mind because if they actually go in the way that I would like them to go, and they're including The Miz's family in this, they have to make it somewhat creepy. They have to make it somewhat sadistic. They have to make it to a point where it's downright uncomfortable. Now, it's obviously got to work with the borderlines of The Miz and Maurice. Obviously, they don't want anything too much about their family being threatened in any sense of the word. But if it ties into The Fiend's character and it ties into how sadistic Bray Wyatt is, and they really kind of just push the envelope as much as they can with this, I honestly think it could be really good television. Now, I don't know why they're just going to this match immediately. I don't. Honestly, The Fiend is not even going to be at TLC. They're advertising Bray Wyatt. They're advertising Mr. Rogers like Bray Wyatt against The Miz. Is it necessary for us to get this match this quick? It could be saved for a SmackDown Live. It could be an attraction on SmackDown on an upcoming Friday. You don't need to do it at TLC. TLC already has more than enough on the card to anchor that show for 3 hours. You don't really need Bray Wyatt. So I would have saved it for a SmackDown show on Friday. Possibly the last SmackDown of the year if they wanted to kind of end the year on a bang. Bray Wyatt makes his in-ring debut, under the new character, and he's going to go one-on-one with The Miz. But I really want them to push the envelope with this because the character calls for it. And I hope that they really do something different than what we've seen. We've seen the childish antics of Bray Wyatt. We've seen the muscle man dance. We've seen the puppets. We've seen all the just childish innuendos with Bray Wyatt. It does come off creepy. It does fit his character, but I want to see him push the more serious, sadistic portion of his character. So I hope that this is where they're going with this, and I really don't mind. And now that they're including The Miz's family, just that little dose of reality and a little dose into what The Miz and his family life is outside of WWE. If you start including stuff like that into a storyline and incorporating that stuff into a storyline here on WWE, especially with somebody by Bray Wyatt, the creativity could be endless. They should be having fun with something like this and not going the typical formulaic, boring, stale route in which I know they will go. This will probably end up being disappointed. But for now, with the portrait of The Miz and his family and Bray Wyatt hugging the picture in a sadistic way, I think this is great. It's creepy, it fits his character, and I want to see more of them pushing that envelope. So we go from that to The Miz backstage. He's on the phone with Maurice. He's on the phone trying to calm her down. He says everything will be fine. He told her to lock the doors and set the alarm just to be safe. And he has no choice but to do something about it. We don't know what he's capable of. I'm not risking anything. I'm getting on a flight back home tonight. Now, obviously, they were in North Carolina. He lives in L.A., so I don't know what is going to happen on next week's Go Home show. I would love to see The Fiend outside of The Miz's house next week. I'd love to see him show up in their house. Something with their children, I don't even give a shit how young they are. Scare the shit out of them. Fucking just book something with him stalking Maurice. It's got to be something that pushes that envelope. It's the perfect time. Make it like fucking It, It's got to be fun and it's got to be creative. Hopefully they do something like that. They had that opportunity to do something with Samoa Joe and AJ Styles where he went to AJ Styles' house and was going to go into his house and read his children a bedtime story. Daddy's home, right? I would love to see something like this with Bray Wyatt and The Miz. Because right now, nobody gives a shit about this. If you start pushing that type of shit on the Go Home show, that's going to captivate everybody and get everybody's interest for this nothing match that's happening at TLC. Do it. I hope the creativity comes out next week, but that's saying a lot with this company. Mandy Rose versus Alexa Bliss. I honestly, two things here. The match was awful. Two things here. I look at Mandy Rose, and I honestly do not understand how she is not a 10-time women's champion. Just based off her looks. I don't understand it. She fits everything down to a T. She fits every criteria that WWE is looking for in a blonde. And you know how much they love their blondes. Alexa Bliss was her opponent. You had two blondes in this match. Somewhere backstage, the entire writing staff was collectively having a fucking stroke. They were having a heart attack. They were having aneurysms all over the place. Their blood pressure was through the roof. Two blondes in the ring on WWE TV. My goodness, man. You had every one of those executives pitching a tent in their overly expensive suits. Number 2. Alexa Bliss is god-awful. She is fucking terrible at what she does. She looked like a goddamn rookie in this match. And I know I'm going to get some Alexa Bliss bot in the comment section or on Twitter. Oh, but she just came back from injury. What injury? You mean enhancement injury? Fuck out of here, injury. This woman does not know how to wrestle. Her offense is god-awful. Downright horrendous. And I mean, her offense is as good as fucking food poisoning after eating a bad batch of chicken at Chipotle. Bad. In fact, I'd actually take the food poisoning over watching her wrestle. Ridiculous, man. Mandy Rose has gotten better. I'd like to see Mandy Rose elevated a little bit. I really like, what she's done, and she's progressed a little bit. She's obviously, to me, a lot better looking than Alexa Bliss, but she's made strides to get better, and I just don't believe how WWE's not pushing somebody like Mandy Rose. It's unbelievable. And this goes to show you, she fits all the criteria, but she's not in favor of management. You got to be in favor of management, and you're going to get all the perks that come along with it. If you're not Alexa Bliss or Charlotte or Lacey Evans, right? How are they pushing Lacey Evans over Mandy Rose? That is a bizarre mystery to me. You got to be one of them. You got to fit in. You got to be on their list. Apparently, Mandy Rose is not on their list. Bliss wins in 4 minutes, and this was awful. This one ended up where Bliss beat her with a Twisted Bliss. Offense was terrible. Don't need to go over the match. There was one portion of the match where Mandy Rose grounded Bliss and yanked off her fake eyelashes. Now, a lot of people in my thread on Twitter were like, how does that hurt? I'm assuming that hurts because as you peel them off, if you peel them off and rip them off like you would do a Band-Aid, right? That shit's gotta hurt because that shit's glued on to your real eyelash. So you see Mandy Rose kind of just, carefully peel that away so that she doesn't actually rip Alexa Bliss's actual eyelash off. But, I mean, that's what this type of match goes with, Alexa Bliss is in a match, and one of the more devastating moves in her match is someone tearing off her fake eyelash. Give me a break. I want to see actual women's wrestling. This is not getting it done. This goes to show you exactly what I'll be talking about tomorrow on Off the Script, how the women's division, not only on Raw but on SmackDown, is completely embarrassing. Yet Corey Graves wants Charlotte Flair to be pushed more on Monday Night Raw. Idiot. Backstage, Dana Brooke at catering for no reason whatsoever. All we seen here was what we usually talk about. Where's Dana Brooke? She's in catering. And it looked like Titus had some beautiful looking chicken in catering. He spared no expense tonight. It looked delicious. So Dana Brooke was in catering, like always. Then Drake Maverick walked up to her and confronted her about reading on social media that she's going on a date with Dave Bautista. Said he felt rejected because he felt that they had a spark last week. So Elias walked in and said, when words fail us, a song can provide the answers. WWE fails us all the time. Is there a song for the creative writing staff on WWE? I wish. He strummed his guitar, he sang. He said Dave Bautista is a millionaire and he's tall, so Drake Maverick has a better chance to get lucky with a blow-up doll. He said he has marriage issues and the only action you've been getting is with lotion and tissues. Elias then said Drake's wife woke up in his bed. Drake slapped him, and obviously Dana had to chime in and say, did that really happen? And Elias said, no, but something is going to happen. I don't get these fucking cheating, emasculating, cuck-like storylines on WWE TV. First, we got Mike Kanellis. He's a fucking loser. Now we got Lana and Bobby Lashley, who, by the way, we're getting the divorce of Lana and Rusev on Monday night. I can't fucking wait. I'll have streamers, balloons, and champagne. Is that the end of it? Probably not. We got that garbage on Monday night, and we got now Drake Maverick on SmackDown with Dana Brooke trying to legitimately cheat on his wife in front of everybody with Dana Brooke. Meanwhile, his wife is like 7,000 times hotter than Dana Brooke. I don't understand this shit. Is Drake Maverick that fucking stupid? Or is WWE this fucking low in the creative department? Probably both. Probably both. I don't understand it. I really don't. It's not even entertaining. It's not funny. It's just fucking mind-numbing garbage on Friday night. So now we get this from the catering section of the building into the ring. Great. Great. Drake is in the ring. He says everyone thinks it's funny that his life is in shambles. Fans are chanting yes. So he told Elias that nobody gets away with making a mockery out of him or his marriage or his beautiful wife. Yeah, your beautiful wife that you're willing to cheat on for Dana Brooke. Now she's a beautiful wife. Called Elias to the ring for a fight. Elias came down with Dana Brooke. Cole said Drake put his 24/7 title above his marriage, and this is the reason why his life is in shambles. Dana walked out with Elias, and we get Elias getting in the ring. And we got these two guys squaring up to fight. These guys were squaring up to fight. Elias was in a position where he treated this guy like a complete geek. He put his hand on his face. Drake Maverick was trying to get to him and try to punch him. He looked like a complete loser in this situation. Elias and Dana were laughing. He then was picked up and he was spanked in the middle of the ring. Elias then gave him a big boot right to the ass, sending him headfirst through the ropes to the outside. This is absolutely mind-numbing garbage. It is pathetic. It's embarrassing. It's downright awkward to watch. It's cringe. It's not funny. I don't know how anybody in WWE Creative even approved of this segment tonight. I would have easily gave the 5 minutes that we had to waste our time watching this to the fucking tag team match. I don't get it. So there you go. Drake is in the ring, and Elias gave them a drift away, and then Dana Brooke pinned him with her boot on Drake Maverick's chest, and Elias made the 3 count. Absolutely awful. I have no idea what this segment was supposed to do. I don't know how this makes Dana Brooke any more likable. She's actually getting herself over on social media with her back and forth with Batista, and this is actually doing her bad. This is actually working against her. She might as well not even be on TV and just do your thing with Batista on social media. This was awful. Absolutely awful. They showed The Miz backstage, and he was on his way out of the building, and he noticed a door that was slightly opened with red lighting. He kicked the door open, he looked around, then the lights went dark, and then there was a table sitting in front of him, and on the table, after the lights came back on, it was a photo. The same photo that Bray Wyatt was holding of The Miz, Maurice, and their 2 children. Except, The Miz wasn't in the photo. It was Bray Wyatt holding one of The Miz's children with Maurice. This was fucking great. I love this. So, Miz was staring at the photo. He was dumbfounded as to what he found. Then all of a sudden we heard, "Say cheese," from behind him. And The Miz was in Sister Abigail. We seen Bray Wyatt in human form, in his red sweater and everything. He gave The Miz Sister Abigail right there and then with the picture. He took the picture and placed it on The Miz's chest as he laid there, unconscious, after a Sister Abigail. And then he left, and he walked away and started singing, "There's no place like home for the holidays." I thought this was fantastic stuff. I really thought this was great. Now, I was a little taken back by this. I know it's not anything too serious, but I do want to make a little observation here. I thought Bray Wyatt was supposed to be in this form when he's not the Fiend. I thought Bray Wyatt was supposed to be, I don't want to use the term pussy, but I thought the version of Bray Wyatt that we see here with the sweater vest and the jeans, the Funhouse version of Bray Wyatt, I thought he was supposed to be nice and kind and easygoing and, of a right mind. It seems like we got Bray Wyatt here, even though he was in the sweater and the jeans and he was the Funhouse version of Bray Wyatt, we got more of an evil Bray Wyatt with this, and then he quickly turned right back into the nice guy, Mr. Rogers Bray Wyatt. He sounded evil for a second and then kind of dipped back into that right frame of mind, Bray Wyatt. So it was definitely interesting to see that, he had that, I guess, evilness to him, and it came out right then and there. Because we haven't really seen that at all with Bray Wyatt. So it's very interesting to see him kind of dip in and out of that legitimately with someone like The Miz here. And I'm not sure if you guys picked up on that or even think it's an observation that we should really pay attention to, but it was definitely interesting because it was a new aspect to his character. So I really like this segment, and I love when they incorporate someone's real life or portion of their real life into the storyline. It always makes things that much better, and it's more easier to invest yourself in because there's just a certain level of interest that you really can't create when you're writing 100% a scripted program. But if you incorporate someone's real life, and in this case, The Miz's family, it's going to be more intriguing because you just are open to the possibilities of something really fun and different happening. So hopefully, like I said, they really do push the envelope because this character certainly can do that with WWE, and I hope that they do. So we got a referee checking on The Miz backstage. He was just standing up. He was catching his breath. He was coming to his senses. The Miz asked where the photo was. The photo was placed on him by Bray Wyatt, but then the photo disappeared. The referee did not know where the photo went. Referee did not know where Bray went, and he says he would help him find Bray Wyatt in this case, for The Miz. He would help him find Bray Wyatt and where he is. So we go from that to the New Day. New Day, Kofi Kingston and Big E, they made their ring entrance. They sat by commentary. They sat by ringside. Fatal 4-way match. Number 1 contender for the match at TLC. Who's going to be their opponent at TLC? It was Chad Gable, Mustafa Ali teaming up. This is just a duo that came over from the Survivor Series. They were on the Team SmackDown team. They are here now teaming up for a shot at the tag team titles. The Lucha House Party, Gran Metalik and Lince Dorado versus Heavy Machinery, Tucker and Otis, and The Revival, Scott Dawson and Dash Wilder. I don't want to waste too much of your time, but it made me think. I'm just looking at Chad Gable and Ali coming out as a tag team. I'm like, this is a nice pairing. For TLC, this would make a great, just, I don't care about anything match, just do something different, right? They're not really pushing or getting behind any legit tag teams on SmackDown. For what you've seen tonight, these are all the legit tag teams. Heavy Machinery, Lucha House Party, and The Revival, right? These are all the legit tag teams on SmackDown. There really is no competition in the tag team division. So, Shorty G, Chad Gable, and Mustafa Ali, they would be a nice, different type of team to throw in there at a pay-per-view like TLC and really go against the New Day. And I'm sure all 4 of those guys would have a great fucking match. But you cannot convince me otherwise that someone in the WWE boardrooms on creative, they looked at Shorty G, and I hate calling him that. They looked at Shorty G and Mustafa Ali, and they looked at Vince. Vince, Shorty G and Ali would make a good team because both of their names rhyme. You cannot convince me otherwise that that wasn't the reason why these two guys teamed up. Shorty G, Mustafa Ali, it rhymes. Let's pair them together and put them in a tag team match and give them some TV time on SmackDown Live. That's the reason. I can absolutely see some fucking idiot run into Vince. Look at this idea I got into. Fucking geek. Lucha House Party, worthless. Heavy Machinery, they deserve better. The Revival, They're in this thing. WWE is showing them that, yeah, you're important to an extent. But we're just going to keep you at a certain distance from the titles. We're going to give you some TV time. We're going to show you that we actually care. Maybe you'll sign, right? Maybe you'll sign these sweet 5-year deals, and then you'll become our slaves for 5 years. Meanwhile, I know Dawson and Wilder, they got AEW on the mind. I hope that they are completely done with this company. I hope that they leave, that they don't sign. You know, there are some people in the community that don't really get the Revival, that they're boring, that they're bland, they're not charismatic, they do nothing for them, they don't move the needle, which I understand the Revival is not everybody's cup of coffee. But if they show up in AEW and you give them a live microphone, they are actually going to be trending. They'll not move the needle, but they will be appreciated. They will be over. They will be more over than they've ever been in AEW. They will be remembering the days of when they were in NXT being treated and booked correctly. I can't wait for them to go to AEW. Those are guys that not Rusev, not anybody else, none of these cucks in the WWE that want to stay and be embarrassed and fucking emasculated. The Revival, I have, in good faith, I trust in the Revival that they are gone when their contracts are up. That is the best decision for them. They know there's no competition in the WWE as far as tag teams go. There is no divisions. WWE has not shown anybody that they're going to make the divisions better. So why stay when you can go and test your talents against the Young Bucks, Private Party, the Lucha Brothers, SCU, the Jurassic Express, the Dark Order? They got classics upon classics upon classics waiting for them in Jacksonville. Why stay? I hope so. They may not be your cup of coffee, but that is the best decision for them. And they'll show you what exactly they're made of, because WWE will not give them the time of day to do that. They've been handcuffed and suppressed so badly. It's so sad to see. So the Lucha House Party were eliminated, of course, because nobody gives a shit about them. They were eliminated by Heavy Machinery. We had the trash compactor on Gran Metalik. He was gone. Heavy Machinery was then eliminated by the Revival. So we got Dash tagged in. Sunset flipped Otis for the pin. Hey, at least it was a sunset flip and not a shatter machine. So now we got Chad Gable, who I will not call Shorty G anymore. I just wanted to get that joke out of the way. Chad Gable and Ali versus the Revival. Revival win here in a total of 17 minutes to earn a tag team title match. I would have loved to seen this match go an extra 5, 6, 7 minutes. Don't know why we got that Dana Brooke fucking segment with the catering and Drake Maverick and Elias and then in the ring. A waste of time that could have easily been given to this match. I would have loved to seen Chad Gable and Ali and the Revival give us a competitive, just last two teams in this elimination match to go on to fight for the tag team championships. Revival win here. Ali went for a 450. Dawson pulled Dash out of the ring. Ali landed on his feet. I love Ali. He deserves so much more. Tagged in Chad Gable. He then leapt onto the Revival at ringside. Chad Gable then put Dash in an ankle lock back in the ring, but Dash powered out. Dawson gave Chad Gable an uppercut. I was going to call him Shorty. Chad Gable. The Revival followed with a shatter machine for the win. Big E and Kofi Kingston are looking at the Revival at TLC again. And man, what a fresh match. What a fresh match. I don't think I've ever seen this match before. All through 2019, this has been the same thing, rinse and repeat. We just had these teams in the ring before the Survivor Series. Now we're seeing it again. The Revival lost the tag team titles to the New Day. We're seeing it again. I don't get it. You couldn't go with Chad Gable and Ali just to give us something different at a meaningless pay-per-view that will mean nothing the next day it's over. I don't understand why it's so difficult for this company to be different and put Ali and Gable on a pay-per-view as if they don't deserve it, instead of giving us the same fucking match that we've seen over and over again. This is lame and uncreative. It is depressing to see that this is what the tag team division has been reduced to. Same thing on Monday Night Raw. We're getting the War Raiders, the Viking Raiders, against the OC at the pay-per-view. Now, what do those two teams have to do with each other on weekly TV for the last couple weeks? Nothing. But WWE has no tag teams. So they're forced to give you a tag team title match that means nothing because they have no other teams being built up in the division because there is no division. Ali and Gable should have won this match easily. But WWE is keeping the Revival on the burner. The burner's on low. And they're hoping that the Revival sign those contracts. That's the only reason why the Revival's being pushed. The WWE thinks the Revival is possibly leaning towards signing those contracts. But instead, they are going to find out the hard way that no matter what you do, those guys are gone. And I pray to God that that is the case. If they sign with the company, I will have lost all respect for Scott Dawson and Dash Wilder. They deserve better. They are too good. They are too good at what they do to be wasted with these people that don't appreciate tag team wrestling. Creative sucks on this show. Ali and Gable should have easily won this match. And the thing that bothers me is, and I mention this all the time, and everybody thinks I'm complaining for the sake of complaining, but nobody thinks the way that I do, which makes me different than everybody in the fucking community, because I don't know what the fuck anybody else is watching. This match in itself, you look at this match is the definition of week-to-week booking. You think this is the culmination of weekly plans for SmackDown Creative? This is right in your face, blatant, as day, week-to-week booking. It's as if they don't have any fucking plans. What are we going to do today, Vince? We'll do a four-way match. We'll eat our TV time for 20 minutes. They don't have any fucking tag teams. They have to make a makeshift tag team with Ali and Gable, who are two singles wrestlers. Instead of building teams up on a week-to-week basis that wins can actually matter on this show, wins should matter on this show, they have no division to even do that, so they have to do week by week, and they need a tag team title match, so they book a four-way match here to determine number one contenders. And we got the same match that we've seen for the last 12 months. How is this exciting for any of the fans watching at home? How is this exciting for the New Day and the Revival if they've been in the ring together for the last 12 months? God knows how many times I've lost count. It is just sad to see how the creative process on this show is so fucking terrible. Week-to-week booking, right in your face, no plans, and we got the same match that we got for the last 12 months. Not what I call exciting at all. The Revival, after winning the match, they addressed the New Day. Dash said that they are taking it back to the old days by beating them in an old school fashion. And old-fashioned tag team wrestling is built on the fundamentals. Dawson said the Food News, after they beat them, New Day can go back to their podcast and talk about what it's like to be defeated by the very best tag team in the company. And that was pretty much all that they said. Old school tag team wrestling is fundamental. They're going to embarrass the New Day. It will not be the New Day. Shove your pancakes up your ass and go fuck yourself. That's exactly what they said in so many words. So there you go. Same shit. Same shit. It will not be the New Day. You guys are clowning around with the titles. We're going to bring back prestige to the titles. Same shit. The same exact verbiage that they used just a couple of weeks ago with the New Day. Nothing new. Caleb Braxton interviewed Roman Reigns. Reigns, wearing his new Better Than Cancer t-shirt, or something with cancer, fought back from cancer, or cancer's unbeatable t-shirt, whatever the case may be. Where's my phone? Where is my phone? Here it is. I gotta read this, because I know Sal Rex sent me, and I told him I was going to read it on the show. Where is it? Let's see. Tougher Than Cancer is what it is. Tougher Than Cancer on WWE Backstage. They got a little excerpt on WWE Shop. By the way, the shirt's going for $27.99 on WWE Shop. Use code Friday for an extra 25% off. So there you go. Thankfully, Reigns' battle was a successful one, and he returned to Raw on February 25th, 2019. With a renewed focus, the Big Dog battled Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania 35 and defeated the Scottish Psychopath, proving that he was as powerful as ever. Now, as a member of SmackDown Live, after the shocking 2019 Superstar Shakeup, the shocking shakeup, the Big Dog is more motivated than ever and ready to take a bite out of the blue brand. Now, I wish somebody in WWE would fill us all in. Are all of the proceeds from the sales of that shirt going to the Leukemia Foundation? Or is this WWE shilling what is a terrible disease for anybody to have, a disease that they very much embellished for Roman Reigns. I never said Roman Reigns faked his cancer. They're gonna have to come on here and fucking plead my case to all these cretins and parasites in the community. Never said Roman Reigns had faked his cancer, even though I wouldn't put it past WWE. They're shilling Roman Reigns' leukemia to make extra money off of his disease. This is what I have a problem with. I have a problem with them using that and making it seem worse than it was to get this guy over. How, and this is WWE's way of thinking, how are you going to boo him if he is supporting all the kids with cancer and he's looked at as an angel and such a fighter that he beat cancer? How could you boo this incredible human being, right? Are all the proceeds going to the Leukemia Foundation? Or is this WWE subtly planting seeds for the Roman agenda going into 2020, which could possibly be a Royal Rumble 2020 victory, a WrestleMania main event with The Fiend, winning the WWE Universal title, ending The Fiend's undefeated streak? I'll stop. I said it weeks ago. I'm anticipating all of that happening, so we'll revisit that when we get to January and the Royal Rumble. Can't wait. I can't wait. I'm so fucking excited. By the way, don't buy the t-shirt because you'll be feeding right into WWE's fucking propaganda. There you go. Roman Reigns, he said he goes about his business every week the same way, and Corbin and his pals can't handle the big fight. That's on them. He said the only thing that is humiliating is Corbin not being able to get the job done. He says he's 6'6" and almost 300 pounds. He said he's bigger, stronger than him, but he can't handle him. He said that TLC is going to embarrass him with a table, ladder, and a chair. So we get a TLC match booked between Corbin and Roman Reigns. What are they fighting for? I don't know. Maybe Alpo dog food would be on the chain hanging above the ring at TLC. Alpo, fucking pedigree. What else? What else they got? You know, maybe some Rachel Ray dog food, which I heard is pretty good. But that may be too expensive for WWE's taste. I don't know. Roman Reigns, Baron Corbin at TLC. I can't fucking wait, man. Sign me up. I know when my bathroom break's gonna be. We had another Sheamus vignette where he talked about how the Titans that used to rule the ring, that he used to face, have become pale shadows of their former selves. He said they face no real competition, no one fierce enough to stand against them until now. They say you can't go home again, he said. I disagree because the Celtic Warriors have come home. He said he's ready to ravage anyone and everyone who gets in his way. I don't know what they're setting up, but it looks like they're setting up for a Sheamus solo run on SmackDown, which I am sure is going to bore the living shit out of me because it didn't do anything the first 3 times they did it, and I'm sure it's not going to work this time. Just pair him with Cesaro and give us a legit tag team division because that's when they were both at their best, and I want someone to convince me otherwise. Here's a tip. You can't. Sheamus and Cesaro need to be back together. That tag team division needs to be brought up a couple of notches, several notches from where it is now. Lacey Evans versus Hailey Jones. Now, I don't know what was going on here. I don't know who this Hailey Jones was. At first glance, she reminded me of Emi Sakura on AEW. I could see someone in the creative meeting. Who is that one, that Japanese one that looks like fucking Freddie Mercury on AEW? You know, that little round Japanese woman. Emi Sakura, we could dress someone up like Emi Sakura. That's exactly what you look like. Either that, or they pulled this woman from the local mall in North Carolina, someone who I'm sure hates her fucking job. It looked like she was standing next to Santa Claus all day as spoiled brat children were photographing themselves with Santa Claus. Oh, I'd like a little toy fire truck for Christmas, Santa. I want my parents to get back together because they're divorced, Santa. You know what you should really be asking Santa for? For quality WWE programming. That's what it looked like. She looked like she was dressed as an elf, standing next to Santa Claus at the local mall, hating her fucking existence. It's exactly what she looked like. What happened here? Lacey Evans wins in 1 minute. Why are we getting squash matches with Lacey Evans? Why? Oh, I know why. The women's division is in shambles because they have no other competition that they actually want to push at this time. So we are seeing more enhancement talent than actual in-ring talent that the WWE has employed. They got to go out and get fucking Hailey Jones from the fucking North Carolina Mall. Right after the match, Sasha Banks came onto the stage. Her new theme music is growing on me. And it fits her character because Sasha Banks is a fucking boss and she handles herself like a boss, right? So there you go. It actually grew on me. So good on that. She told Lacey to stay in the ring because they have a few things to take care of. Commercial. So I would love to know what they were saying back and forth on commercial. That's what I would want to know. Is anybody in the arena that is watching the show tonight? Because I would love to know what exactly Lacey Evans and Sasha Banks were doing during the commercial. What a weird fucking spot to take the commercial. Right in the middle of a fucking promo for Sasha Banks. You have to stop what you're saying. I hope they were saying something during the commercial back and forth. Otherwise, that would have looked really bizarre. Sasha, when we got back from commercial, she stood on the ring apron and told Lacey that she was there to remind her who she's dealing with. She said she's the blueprint and the standard and the legit boss and the leader of the women's division. She told Lacey that she's pathetic, a Mary Poppins wannabe. She told her not to mess with her or Bayley again just because you're a terrible role model for your ratty little 6-year-old doesn't mean you could come out here and interrupt me. Lacey interrupted and told her not to say anything about her daughter ever again. She said she's not only a mother, but she's a U.S. Marine. Oh, there it is. After months and months and months of watching this woman fucking flaunt herself in front of the WWE audience, we finally got some character depth to Lacey Evans. How long did it take? About 12 months? Oh, my goodness. If WWE operates and does things the right way every fucking 12 months, we'd be out of business. Holy shit. That's all we wanted. Now, that's not going to make me like Lacey Evans anymore, but at least it's a beginning stage to character development. And Lacey Evans as a babyface is fucking downright nauseating. I'm sorry. I can't stand even watching her fucking wave and point and fucking model herself as a real woman. Give me a break. I'll take Sasha Banks fucking 1,000 times over than Lacey Evans. Real woman. Fuck out of here. Anyway. Real U.S. Marine. Trust me when I tell you, honey, you don't want to put those boots back on. She said the U.S. Marine Corps instilled leadership in her, so it sounds pathetic when Sasha and Bayley call themselves leaders. Yeah, this is not the Marines, honey. This is the two women who developed the women's evolution so that you actually have a spot here. So it's not the U.S. Marines. So get that out of your fucking mind. You're looking at a leader in the entire development of women's wrestling or the resurgence of women's wrestling in WWE. That's the real aspect of this situation. Nothing to do with the Marines. Sasha Banks is a leader who I honestly think is being underutilized once again. Go figure. Color me shocked. Sasha Banks being underutilized. Of course she is. So, Lacey says if she keeps running her mouth, she'll drop her where she stands. So Sasha got in the ring. And I was hoping that Sasha Banks would have kicked her with those high heel boots that she was wearing. So they were talking trash, face to face. Lacey teased a woman's right. Sasha jumped backwards, afraid. I'm like, what is going on here? My God, Sasha looks terrible in this situation. I'm like, I hope Bayley is coming out from behind and going to attack, and this is nothing more than setup. It's exactly what it was. Thank God. Thank God. Lacey Evans thought she got one over on Sasha Banks. She walked up the ramp. Everything was okay. Thinking everything was okay, and out comes Bayley from behind, and they both start putting the boots to her. Good. There you go. I was hoping that happened because otherwise Sasha Banks would have looked terrible. Lacey Evans as a babyface does absolutely nothing for me whatsoever, but I got to give them credit. Finally, they established that she's a U.S. Marine Corps, and I honestly only think that they mentioned this tonight, and I don't think that they'll mention it again, was because they just filmed Tribute to the Troops, and Lacey Evans was on Tribute to the Troops. So there you go. So WWE always in their agendas. They're doing things to fit their certain agendas. This should have been said 12 months ago. This should have been said during the summer when she was feuding with Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. That's when it should have been done. I would have had a little bit more respect for her then. Now, yeah, it's character development, but this is one of those simple things that should not have taken so long for WWE to touch upon. Finally. Bray Wyatt will defend the Universal title against The Miz. Yes, Bray Wyatt, not The Fiend. Bray Wyatt will defend I think it's the Universal Champion. I don't know why it would be. There was no graphic that said Universal Championship. I don't know why I said that, but I assume it is because it's on pay-per-view, but we didn't really get the graphic that it was for the Universal Championship. He was holding the Universal Championship in the graphic, but it's not The Fiend. It's Bray Wyatt, which I've been saying needs to happen. He needs to show up on actual TV, away from the funhouse, live in front of the audience, and this is our first opportunity, potentially, for that to happen. Now, I've seen some people on social media saying that Bray Wyatt's going to fight The Miz and The Fiend is going to fight Daniel Bryan at the pay. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think Bray Wyatt's fighting twice. Once as The Fiend against Daniel Bryan and the other as regular Bray Wyatt against The Miz. I do not think that's going to happen. That would be utterly ridiculous. So I would love to see how they handle Bray Wyatt, Mr. Rogers, Bray Wyatt in the ring with The Miz. Whether it's for the Universal Championship or not, I don't really give a shit because we all know what the outcome's going to be. I don't think it should be because The Miz has done nothing to really get a Universal Championship match. But the best thing about all of this, if it really is Bray Wyatt in the ring with The Miz, no red lighting. No red lighting. Holy shit. No red lighting. We're actually going to see a Bray Wyatt match under natural ring lighting. That is the most exciting thing I think that will happen at TLC. Praise be to God. Praise be to God. No red lighting. But I don't think it's The Fiend and Bray Wyatt fighting twice in one night. That would be ridiculous. I think this is going to happen, and then this is going to be a gateway into a rematch with Daniel Bryan and The Fiend. So we'll see what happens. And it's going to be great. If it happens at the Royal Rumble, that is 5 years in the making that Daniel Bryan and Bray Wyatt go, or 6 years, I should say. 6 years. Be 6 years in the making that Bray Wyatt and Daniel Bryan go head-to-head at the Royal Rumble, because back in 2014, Daniel Bryan brought Bray Wyatt to the best singles match of his career. It's going to be very interesting. They got my attention with this, so we'll see what happens. Roman Reigns and Dolph Ziggler. I didn't watch, so there's no reason for me to talk about it, but I did see the last 7 minutes or so. So, Reigns went for a Superman punch. Ziggler ducked, and then he DDT'd Reigns for a 2 count. Then they showed Corbin. He was sitting on his throne on the ramp, watching the match. After Reigns yelled at Corbin before going for a spear, Ziggler recovered, gave him a knee. Ziggler then threw Reigns shoulder first into the ring post and then hit a zigzag for a near fall. Reigns got down from Corbin got down from his throne at one point and walked to ringside and stood on the ring apron. That's when the referee told him to get down. Both Ziggler and Reigns were down. Reigns then popped up and gave Corbin a Superman punch. Ziggler rolled Reigns up for a near fall. Reigns popped up, hit the spear for the 1-2-3. And that was the main event of SmackDown Live. Now, that was the obvious outcome here. Reigns wins in 15 minutes. Same old shit. By the numbers garbage for SmackDown Live. I hope their ratings fucking showcase that, because nobody could possibly give a shit about this. After Reigns hit Corbin with a drive-by, being that he was at ringside, the men who were standing with Baron Corbin with the throne attacked Reigns. Graves says that they're doing the right thing by protecting Corbin, because they are his security, I guess. Corbin then beat up Reigns at ringside, but Reigns made a comeback, set up a powerbomb onto the announce table. Ziggler stopped that with a super kick to Reigns to break it up. And then nobody came out to save Roman Reigns at all. And Ziggler tried to handcuff Reigns to the ring post. He put handcuffs on Roman Reigns and put the handcuffs, which they look like extra long handcuffs. He took the middle portion of the handcuffs and put it over the ring post, and it looked like Roman Reigns was in a crucified state on SmackDown against the ring post. So Ziggler has Reigns handcuffed here, and he goes under the ring. They start punching Roman Reigns' ribs. Corbin starts punching Roman Reigns in the rib cage. Ziggler goes underneath, gets some cheap shots beforehand, goes underneath the ring, and he pulls out 2 open cans of dog food and poured all of the dog food all over Roman Reigns, smearing it in his hair, smearing it in his face. It's all over the floor. It's all over Corbin. It's all over Ziggler. Eat it up, shouted Dolph Ziggler. So this was the humiliation that Baron Corbin promised everybody he would do to Roman Reigns. I don't really, listen, You know, you might enjoy the dog food aspect. I honestly think it's fucking cringe. It's so fucking pathetic. I don't even know why they're fighting. I don't care. It's not building intrigue or interest for their match. I just can't wait for it to be over. But I think we'll be actually wishing for this again, because when Roman Reigns goes into 2020, it's going to be full steam ahead with the Roman agenda. I didn't give a shit about this. This SmackDown was not good at all. I am intrigued by the Bray Wyatt and the Miz stuff, and the tag team title situation is downright awful. The women's division stuff is downright awful. Roman Reigns and whatever he's doing with Baron Corbin is downright awful. I don't know how anybody found this show to be redeeming whatsoever tonight. It was really, really fucking boring. Really boring. Nothing interests me outside Bray and The Miz. And TLC, we got 2 matches announced. Reigns and Corbin, or 3 matches I should say. The Revival New Day, Reigns, Corbin, and Wyatt Miz. Regular Wyatt, not The Fiend, regular Wyatt. Whether it's for the Universal title or not, I don't know. So we'll see what happens. And I'll see you guys right back here tomorrow for Off the Script Part 2, Episode 303. Get ready, folks. The first 30 minutes of the show are so explosive that Corey Graves himself is once again for a second week in a row buried on Off the Script. Love it. Make sure you guys tune in to that. That'll be up around 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Tomorrow night I'll be at House of Glory, Hog 9, celebrating 9 years of House of Glory. So I hope to see some of you guys out there. Make sure you guys check out all the other videos that you've seen on the channel this week. I would greatly appreciate it. YouTube has been really fucking shitty for the month of November and December, so make sure you guys spread the word of the channel, get the podcast out there, hit that subscribe button, tell a friend, a coworker, whatever you gotta do, man. Hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell for all notifications, follow me on social media, JD from NY206, and I will see you guys right back here tomorrow on Off the Script 303 Part 2 on Saturday. Until then, guys, I will see you all for OTS, and this has been the #1 podcast right here in all of the YouTube wrestling community. This is Off the Script. I'll see you guys tomorrow.